Welcome, twin flames, divine counterparts, soul connections, lovers in general. This will be a first week of November connection reading. I will refer to each counterpart as masculine and feminine. You know the drill. You know all the ins and outs. It doesn't have to be male or female. It's the energy, and you could be the divine feminine and carrying the masculine energy this week or at this moment. So just play it out where it fits. Now this is general. I'm not going to connect to every counterpart out there, but I can give you the energy that's coming in for me and what I'm channeling, and you may be on the same wave that I'm on, or some of the other counterparts I deal with in everyday life, very good friends of mine. So this is vetted out information. This is vetted out channeled information. So this will be something new I start on the channel. I'll do this weekly. And we'll see where that goes. If it gets a good reaction, then we'll keep it going. Okay, so let's get started with the reading. I'm going to start out with some tarot to just get an idea of the situation and what may be popping up for you right now. Now, as I've picked it up, I'm hearing from Spirit, bird life is prevalent in your synchronicities right now, and they are bringing in messages for the divine counterpart. So if you're seeing now, as they're saying that, I'm specifically remembering I've had a lot of crow incidents recently. So if you're getting a lot of bird life or winged animals is what I'm hearing around you, you're getting shown where you need to be, or you're getting told you're on the right path, or there might be ancestral coming in with messages, but you're definitely hearing okay, so Spirit said, in that moment when you are seeing birds, take a second to sort of just breathe into the energy you're feeling and be perceptive of your surroundings, your thoughts, your emotions, and ask why they're there. Okay, so we have the Eight of Coins and the Five of Swords. You're tired of fighting, and I think I'm speaking to the divine feminine here. If we go by recent patterns in energy, you are tired of the fight. The Five of Swords. He's not beaten in the sense that he's been killed or he can't go on. He's just exhausted. He's on his hands and knees, his head's down. He doesn't have the energy anymore. This smug guy up here I'm feeling is divine masculine energy. They're unaware of what they're about to step into, or just how much they've been tearing you down is what I'm hearing. This is behind the scenes work. This is all the healing and energy work and stuff you've been doing on behalf of that unity consciousness that you have out of this realm. That's why I think they don't understand to the extent the work you're doing, because it's not physical and you can't see it in the physical. So they're almost standing there blind to the work they've done. Now, as I say this, I feel like I've left my hair straightener on. I'm going to be 1 second, I will come to that, who cannot for the life of them remember if they've switched it off or not, and has these visions of the whole house burning down because I need to straighten my hair. I've had that since hair straighteners came out. I can't escape it. Okay, so where were we? What I'm also getting off this is that your counterpart is not just unaware of the work you're doing, they're unaware of the spiritual side of your connection. So you're dealing with someone who, while they may have all the passion and sort of astonishment from the connection, they're not aware of what it is, and you're kind of not in a place to tell them because you don't think that they would... I'm getting the sense that they'd sort of scoff. They're just not receptive to the idea, is what I'm hearing. Okay. And this would make a lot of sense. This is the King of Pentacles. And at the bottom of the deck is the Queen of Wands. So I feel like this is definitely the divine feminine. She's very passionate about the connection. She understands it on a level that her masculine can't, because he's very grounded. He's very focused into this 3D world. He's priorities are a lot different to what the feminines are. But he also doesn't realize that this abundance and all this stuff that's coming in is due to a lot of the work that the union brings and the divine feminine has been doing. So he's not realizing if he's feeling like a lack and a lack of abundance, it's because he's not stepping into the connection, and he's almost cutting himself off to his blessings, is what I'm hearing. He's too skeptical, too, what's the word I'm looking for? And it's escaped me, of course, but he is not the type of person that would delve into anything spiritual. If you told him his chakra was blocked, he'd probably laugh his behind off at you, is what I'm hearing. However, this Queen of Pentacles, she's passionate, she's fiery, she has, when there's a bee in her bonnet, she goes for it, but she also, when she knows something's right, nothing holds her back. There's no mental thought process of anxiety and talking herself out of it. And this is how I feel you are, or have been up until this point, DF. I feel like you've believed so strongly in this connection that you haven't spoke yourself out of it, but this exhaustion and this work is causing you to sort of go into your mind, whereas before I feel like you were leading from your soul, because that's where you could feel the connection, and your heart was pulling you towards their heart chakra, like you were having activations. But the exhaustion is pulling you out of your spiritual side, and it's bringing you into your mind, and it's making you doubt and question because you're not seeing it manifest into this reality. It's nothing to be fearful of, and it's okay if you do doubt the connection. It's perfectly okay. Now, I hear a lot of readers say you have to, believe in it at all times, and it's okay to have doubts. If you've been put into that emotion, it's for a reason. You're clearing something for a reason. If you need that moment to doubt so you can step away and take a rest and let it go for a moment, that's okay. You've got to trust that every feeling you have is for a reason, and it's working towards that connection for a reason, or healing you for a reason. I don't believe, and I feel like in this community sometimes, for as open-minded as we are, we put a lot of negative connotations on certain emotions and certain feelings. It's okay to doubt. It's okay not to believe. It's okay to have all those things, question everything is something I believe so strongly in, and I vet it out. And I've had a lot of issues with the twin flame path because of jumping into my mind at times, but I know I've needed to be there. I've needed to question it within an inch of its life so I can come out the back end with proof that just blows me sort of out of the water. That's what may be happening for you now, and it may be uncomfortable for you if you're a divine feminine and you've never questioned this path before, if you've had undying, unconditional love. And you can still have unconditional love for this person and question the path. That they're two separate kettles of fish. But it's okay. It's okay to question the path you're on. I think we should. We've got to remember that we are physical vessels here. And our physical vessel sometimes has those earthly moments. Now, the next card that's come up is the Fool. You may be feeling a little foolish. You may feel like you've jumped into something and you're not seeing it. When you're encountering your masculine through messages or in person, you may still feel that strong connection to them, but you're not seeing it in their physical reality because they are this King of Pentacles. They are very stoic and very cold, and or they're just showing emotions to you in little drips and drabs, and they're breadcrumbing you, and you're thinking, if I'm sensing this feeling and this emotion, why isn't he reciprocating it? And am I just some crazy person? Am I making this up in my head? You took a leap and you took a risk, and big risk energy is what makes us. Spirit's saying just keep pushing through, keep following that energy, see where it leads you. Ask yourself, why am I feeling this? Why am I feeling this doubt? What is going on in my world right now? Minus whatever your masculine's doing, what am I doing in my world right now that's giving me that feeling? What's going on? Where is my confidence being shaken? Ask those questions. Now, what do we have? We have the Ten of Pentacles. Your masculine is so, whoever I'm speaking to right now, they are so their veil is like a concrete wall. Like they may be doing really spiritual perceptive things. Like you may find that they may message you at certain times when you're thinking about them, or they're bringing up things that you may have done during the week, just in random past, and they may be like, well, I went to see this movie at the movies, and you've gone to see the exact same movie. So they are picking up on you. They're just so unaware it's happening, and they're thinking, as a lot of people do who aren't in the spiritual community, that they're thinking rather than listening, if that makes sense. I'm also seeing a dog, so your divine masculine may have a very loyal pet that they take care of. Now, I also have the Knight of Cups, and on the back, which is the way it showed up, there is a little turtle there. So this connection is moving slowly. You may be in separation, you might be in a relationship, it might be a situationship, but either way, it's progressing slowly. I feel like you may have been at a place at some point where you thought, right, this is it. We're on our way and things are perfect and we're coming into union and everything's going to be absolutely amazing. And that's an energy you needed to be in to sort of advance the energy. But as always with this journey, it's going to move at the pace it moves to, or you might find that your masculine did 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Now we have to also remember that how overwhelming this energy is and how hard it is to process when you're not even sure it's coming in. So there is a little leeway there. If you can find it in yourself right now to offer, and if you can't, that's fine. If you're frustrated at your masculine or you're angry at your masculine, be angry. Lately, the last week, I've been really called to do root chakra work. So I'm carrying around my little carnelian because I feel like I really need to ground into this reality and let go of a lot of rage and anger and feel safe just as I am right now, just to be, feel safe if I feel sad, feel safe if I feel emotional, just being okay. While I'm looking at my crystals, if you are looking for a good crystal for twin flame work, the Shivalingam is amazing, and you can also use it for meditation and stuff like that. It's well known for the balance of masculine and feminine, and that's what we're all working towards. And it's just so yummy. Like, I wish you could feel it. I wish you could feel it. It is just so, and you can get them. Like I've got itty bitty baby ones. You don't, and they're not expensive. They're one of those crystals that aren't super expensive. You can get itty bitty ones. You can get these medium ones. I like this because it's good. I actually discovered this. I went to go see a shaman, and they opened, while we journeyed, they opened their little sack, and I was able to pick out a crystal, and I'd never seen this before. This was years ago, and I pulled this one, and it's also great for like sexual abuse and stuff like that, which is the root chakra is really good. I'm going off on a tangent now. I should get back into the reading, but I held this through my whole journey. And afterwards, I became obsessed with figuring out. I forgot to ask what it was called, where to find it, and ever since it's been a must in my everyday spiritual work. So I definitely Shivalingam, Shivalligham. I would say I'd link it, but I will forget. Okay, we have the 9 of Cups. Now on the back of this cup is this man looking out with all his cups. And on the front, he's looking out at this woman. So what I'm hearing is the masculine is very much looking at you fondly. And even if you're not speaking communication, he is finding a way to see your face. And he's proud. He's very proud of where you're at. And that's, I do get the sense that even when you don't see it or if they're not expressing it, they are so proud of you. Like I'm getting like this parent sense of, look, that's my girl, look at them go. And I feel like they're feeling like you're moving on in spite of them, like, or despite everything they've done. And I think it almost gives them a sense of relief, because they carry a lot of guilt for this in and out behavior and for the hurt and seeing you cry and feeling your emotions, because they do feel you. And when they see you striving, it makes them feel a little better. It kind of consoles them a little bit, because they worry they may break you, which is why a lot of them do run. I mean, they run for the. See, it's true. They're in reflection. They're looking back on the behavior they've caused, and they're wondering if it's right for them to step back in right now. They don't trust themselves. They don't trust themselves to deal with this connection. They want it. They want it. I'm getting the sense of like, oh, I can almost touch it. I can almost get there. I can almost reach out to them, but can I do or will I do what I've done in the past? Um, I think that comes with a great level of respect. I know myself, and I'm a fire sign, so we tend to jump into things. I know when I want something, I tend to go for it, and it's something I'm learning is to think about the repercussions before I jump into things. Um, the fact that they're so grounded means that they will worry about what could happen if they step into the situation. Will they hurt them again, hurt you again? And it also comes with a level of deep respect. It's not common in this day and age to not just take, that's mine, I'm going to take it. So for them to say that's something I want, that's mine, but I don't want to go in like a bull in a china shop. It does show a level of respect. So at the moment they're waiting. They're pondering and they're waiting and they're wondering what's going to come, what should they do, what's their next move. Let's have a look at the energy they're in at the moment. Okay, femme fatale. So they're feeling like they cannot resist you. So this holding back's not easy for them, is what I'm hearing this week, and especially. They may be easing this pull through alcohol or going out or maybe even other women, but they're trying their hardest to resist this pull. I'm feeling like this pull's very strong at the moment. And gossip. So they're hearing a lot of things right now about the divine feminine. They're worrying that they may have lost their opportunity. So while they're very proud of you, they're worried that, and I hear a lot of them saying, well, if I did, I did. But as they say that, it's like gripping their insides. They're almost unable to handle everything that's going on. I also feel like it's gossip that they're worried you're going to hear about, so things that have been going on in their life that they're not too proud about, or the fact that they were seeing somebody else, they're worried that that's going to get back to you. So they're kind of, that's another reason why they're scared of jumping sort of back in to communicate with you. They're not sure the reception they're going to get because they sort of haven't been on their best behavior. And then we have the thief. They feel like you were stolen away from them. They also feel like their energy flow was stolen away from them. So like I said, they may not be as abundant as they usually are. They may be facing issues at work. Their life's not going as it should. Their car's breaking down. Things are happening to them and they feel like they're almost feeling a bit resentful towards the feminine because it's like, they're like, every time you're in my life stuff's up, but they're not realizing it's during those separation times. Or it could be that you're mirroring them, so every time you step into their life, they're forced to do another round of healing, and they're not understanding that connection that goes on. We also have advocate, so they may just have someone step forward for them. They may have someone just sort of come in and sneak around and see what's going on in your life right now, or they may sneak in and see what's going on in your life before they step forward because they're just unsure. And last of all, for the masculine, we have hermit. They're withdrawing from. They're not just. It's not that they're withdrawing from society. They're withdrawing from anything that could cause them pain. So the thought of diving into this union again and going through this pain is making them just put a massive wall up. They're just not interested in jumping into it. Let's have a look at what's going on for the feminine. I feel like the change of seasons has also affected them to an extent as well. For the feminine, it's the orphan. You feel abandoned. You feel like this is where this anger is coming from as well. You feel frustrated. Like, how dare you? How dare you just walk off and leave me and not look back to check how I am? The martyr has also come up. You feel like you gave more than you got. You were giving at your own expense. And you're kind of in a space of feeling sad about that now. And it's not self-pity. It's okay. You're okay to feel sad for not getting back what you deserve. And we have this Samaritan. Don't mind me. Okay, so the Samaritan is very clearly reaching out and still loving and still giving your energy to a connection, even though you're not getting the reciprocity back. And it's being okay with it. It's learning to be okay with it. So once you get past that anger will subside. Sometimes you've just got to release it. And for Divine Feminine, sometimes we struggle to release anger. So let that go. Otherwise, your little old root chakra is going to need some work too. Get angry. Write a really passion-filled letter and burn it, or whatever you need to do, but you need to release that anger, because regardless, they could step back in tomorrow and you're still going to have that boiling away here at the bottom, and it's going to come out in other ways. So releasing it is another step towards union. And we're going to go 2 more for the Divine Feminine. Okay. We have the Child and Magical. Your masculine helps you open up your magic. It helps you, he, she, they help you to sort of tap into those parts of you that make you feel alive. It's learning how to, you can still tap into your masculine in the 5D, so you can still have that connection and you can still feel alive and you can still have conversations and exciting adventures. It's trusting and believing you can. So just go up into the 5D in your mind and just take a moment and have a conversation with them. Whatever you hear back is them. Trust that. That's how simple it is. It doesn't take any big magic tricks. If you need a little help, the Shivalingam and maybe some amethyst, clear quartz, but you don't need those things. You don't. But if they do help you, use them. And next up, we have the Exorcist. You are at the stage you are so frustrated and so angry and so tired, you're wishing you never met them, you're doing your best to cut all cords, remove them from your life. That's okay. That's okay. I have heard some readers or twin flame people say, if you feel that way, then they're not your person. No, we're human. And if you feel that way, it means you've been hurt and you're human and you're allowed to feel that. Heck, sometimes parents want a weekend away from their kids. It doesn't in any way mean we don't love them unconditionally. Or sometimes you need 5 minutes, even when you are with your partner and you love them unconditionally, sometimes you need 5 minutes away from them. It's okay to be human. And this path doesn't make us any less human and dealing with any other less amounts of day-to-day stress with work and traffic and, I don't know, going to the supermarket and walking behind slow people. We still feel all that. And so we should. Okay, we have find the lesson. That's so important on this journey. Sometimes it's so easy to get stuck in the pain. Once you're ready, it's time to find the lesson. Like, what did I learn here? What are they learning here? And trust that your masculine is learning something. I know it's frustrating to see them just waltz around and sort of feel like they have no consequences, but their consequences are coming. They just learn things on a much more physical level. You may be hearing about things that are going on in their life right now that don't seem as free-flowing as they normally would, or you may be picking up on energy of them feeling frustrated and overwhelmed and wanting to reach out because they're sort of just, If you're not hearing anything, it's because they kind of are just so overwhelmed at the moment. You can't go back to yesterday. That is the fear for the masculine. The fear is that they've pushed it too far and they can't go back now. There's nothing they can do about it. And manage to be glad they're trying to make the best of the situation they've got right now. Failing miserably, but they're trying to make the best of what it is. We're going to go with the Love Oracle. And that's sometimes all the masculine can do, because they don't, if you have a masculine that understands the energy, they're probably well aware of what's going on, but the fear is what overtakes them, and it's learning to push past that fear, and they will. It just takes time. And for the feminine, that fear is still there. It just represents itself in different ways, and it's the fear of the masculine coming back. But also, what I'm hearing is be prepared to. I'm feeling like you're in a space right now where you wouldn't receive their love if they came in. It might have something to do with the anger. Um, Regardless, what I'm hearing is your work right now is trusting to receive love. Um, Sometimes when unions happen, the feminine doesn't realize she's in a space where she's actually not receiving what comes in anyway, which creates more fear for the masculine. Um, yeah, okay, so sorry, Spirit was still talking to me. Compatibility. The masculine is starting to realize that while yous may be completely opposite in so many ways, that it just works. It just works. And they may have been using that opposite type of lifestyle, beliefs, parenting, any of that to convince themselves that they're not going to move forward with the situation, to give themselves a little pat on the back that you did the right thing, you just weren't compatible. Um, that's that kind of comfort's about to be stripped away from them, and that's what's being stripped away from them right now. They're realizing how ridiculous it is, and they might be learning that through dating other people. They may come across people that are so similar to them and think, this is it, this is why I did it, and then realize that it's just not the same. That void is still there. Now this week we have the yin and the yang. It's coming into alignment with yourself. I'm also there's all here we go. We have feathers up here and a feather down here. There is some definite bird energy going on at the moment. And then we're going one more, which is the silver waterfall. So allow the feelings you're going through right now to wash over you. They just be. It's okay to just be. Let them wash over. Relish, and it's a weird word, but relish in the sadness, relish in the grief, allow them to come in. They're not going to overtake you. It's not going to become your everything. It's going to give you permission. Give yourself permission to feel these feelings, because once you do, and it may take a week, it may take a month, it may take longer, trust that they will leave, and a new you will come out of the water washed and clean and with a blank slate. Now, once again, we have like a swan down here, we have a butterfly, we have two little red birds here. Flighted animals, I can't say it enough. They're coming really strongly. They're bringing messages. Keep an eye out. And it may just be, and you may be listening to this and then you may go out and see, it's confirmation that you're on the right path. So if you are one of those people who are doubting, and Spirit's just said now, you use those synchronicities as your proof to help you move forward. Okay, we're going to go one more from this deck. Reparenting yourself. That's that root chakra stuff I was telling you about. That's your root chakra can really it sort of gets as muddy as it does through a lot of childhood. Coming off the back of our parents, that's stability, it's our safety, it's our home, our root chakra. So if you kind of if you had a childhood that made you feel like you weren't safe or loved or cared for or any of those things, your root chakra is going to be very murky. The energy is just not going to flow through the way you want it to. So to do root chakra work, you can just meditate on the space. You can ask for God. You can go as deep as you want into that, or if you just sort of want to tiptoe into it and see where you go, you can just, just meditate on your root chakra and visualize clearing it out and red stones and stuff like that. It doesn't have to be massive, or you can just acknowledge the things that went on that all have got you to where you are and why you may feel that way. So just acknowledging things really does help move you forward. I'm feeling like, so as I'm saying that, the masculine is also going through a stage of reparenting themselves. They may have a lot of childhood stuff that they have pushed down and used work or women or dependencies as a way to mask their pain or run from their pain. They might even not be at the point where they want to acknowledge that there was anything to be painful from. Action has come up. I'm putting that here. They're going to be forced to have to do something about that now. They're not going to get the same type of escapism leeway they had before. The escapism isn't going to work, and attachment. So I think, so attachments come up and it's pretty heavy. 5, first of all, it's the number 5, and that's the number of change and transformation. I think they're actually, this is the masculine, and they're realizing that you don't have that same attachment anymore in this physical realm. You're stepping away, and that's scaring the crap out of them, which will force them to take action. When they start to feel that, I can't feel my feminine anymore, they're scared. They're scared, but I feel almost like, you know yourself, like, you can come back and you can talk to me, we can do all these things, but I'm not going to feed your ego so you can escape from whatever it is that's going on in your world. I will love you unconditionally. I will give you advice, but so if your masculine's coming in and you know it's an ego feed, I think you're at a space now where you're just not going to allow them to escape in you. Care and connections, and which also breaks down to a 5. For some of you, your masculine is going to come in and give you flowers and do all those things. They need your care. So just be wary of caring but not enabling is what I'm hearing. So we're going to go one more and then finish off the read. The garden and the gate. They're well aware that their Eden is you, but they're also well aware that the gate is their behavior. Are they willing to, or the key to that gate is their behavior. Are they willing to change their behavior? And this is something they're pondering at the moment. They're looking out into the garden and they're looking at the fence and they're thinking, can I do it? Like, they don't have this false sense of, I'll be fine, it'll be fine. They're really wondering, can they step into this? Can I let go of the things that the feminine has already told me are holding me back? They're giving this real thought. This is a real week of thought, and being in the retrograde energy that we are, I'm not at all surprised. And I feel like the things going on in their life has just pushed them to a point where they're exhausted and they can't run anymore. So they can't run anymore. They're scared of losing you. And unless they start doing the work or releasing the things, they're not going to be able to move forward. They may not know it in those terms or use those terms, but you watch as the universe sort of leads them into places that's going to unfold for. This is a transformational week, twins. This is a transformational week. So ride the wave. That is my advice, and I will see you in a week's time.